about dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that affects focus and attention. If you're low dopamine, then you have trouble concentrating and you have trouble focusing. You get to ADD, and then the extreme cases, you get Parkinson's disease. If you have higher dopamine, at first you start to get energized, but then after that you get suspicious and on guard. You start to misinterpret things and jumping to conclusions, and in the extreme case, you become schizophrenic. So what affects your dopamine levels? In order to create dopamine, you need vitamin D and tyrosine, that's an amino acid, and you use the enzyme BH4, and that creates dopamine. In order to break down dopamine, you need a methyl group and the enzyme COMT. So if you were short on tyrosine, or if you were short on vitamin D, you wouldn't be generating very much dopamine. But if you also happen to be short on methyl groups, or if you were short on this enzyme, that can be genetically, you might have lower activity of this enzyme. You might not be making very much dopamine, but you wouldn't be breaking it down very fast, and so you would still have normal levels. On the other hand, if this were slow and that were fast, you would not be making it, but you'd be breaking it down really fast, and so you would have really low levels of dopamine. Or, if this were working just fine and you were making lots and lots of dopamine all the time, but this were working slow, then you could get really high levels and start to have issues there.